everyone, I'm Wendell Jones, and welcome to this edition of our program, The Platform. And on our program, we're going to talk fashion today with Bianca Nygard, who is here looking lovely full. How are you doing?
Thank you.
With your nice rose.
I'm doing really well, thank you.
Very good. We missed you last week.
Oh yes, I would have loved to be here. We were doing another commercial for a fashion line, so things have been really busy.
Yes, we're promoting a lot of fashion with Bianca Nygard. Well, I guess your father has been doing a wonderful job around the world with fashion, so you bring as many fashion designers as possible, eh?
Well, you know, for a while I think the fashion industry died out a little bit in the Bahamas. It used to be really like this a lot, and now it's exciting because it's all coming back.
Very good.
And there's many fashion shows now coming up.
Well, we have Anthea Bullard here today, who is from the Harbor Collection. It's a wonderful company that she has, and she is putting on a fashion show, Fashion Dynasty, at Sappadilla on the 28th of July. And so it's our pleasure to have her here as our guest today. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Thanks
nice
for
to see you
me.
here. You are a Grand Bahama girl, eh?
I am.
Yes.
I am.
And how long have you been in the fashion industry?
Oh gosh, 2007.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you've been making waves in Grand Bahama and around the Bahamas, right?
I try.
Okay.
I try, but I have, yes.
Yes. So how did you get involved in fashion?
I started fashion actually from my mom. She was always into fashion, not so much the design part, but she was always into the market of clothing. She had her stores and stuff like that. I got into the design part, playing around with fabrics, always changing stuff, recreating everything that I have. And I decided to go to college for it and made it a career.
Okay, where did you go?
Santa Monica in Los Angeles.
Santa Monica, boy, you went in the heart of the industry.
That's right.
And did you specialize in anything in particular?
Fashion design.
No, I'm talking about women's fashion. Or?
Yes, women's fashion. I do some men. It's a more casual line than the women's line, but I do specialize in women's.
Okay. And you have exhibited around Grand Bahama as well as the United States?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have. Quite a few times. A lot, I should say.
A lot?
Yes.
All right.
I have a little buzz going on.
You have a buzz going on.
She really does. I've been following her for years on social media, and she's an extremely wonderful designer. Everybody is so excited about her couture fashions, and then she also has another more casual line for socialites and all kinds of people. So and I see also a little bit that you're doing some baby clothes. I saw some designer outfits.
Yes, I did a christening line with little baby gowns for christenings and weddings and stuff like that. That was just amazing.
Yes.
So, yeah, surprisingly, people loved it.
Yeah, it's just glitz and glam. So beautiful.
The glitz and glam, you're wearing something that it's glitzy today. Did you design this?
Yes.
Okay.
And I also make all of my stuff,
You
Mr.
do?
Jones, yes.
Okay, so you sew as well.
I do.
Very good. And who taught you to sew? Same place?
Yes, in LA.
In LA?
Yeah. They always say they can't teach you how to design, but they can teach you how to bring your designs to life. So that's what I did.
And so you have a number of people who are going to be involved in your fashion show, I'm sure.
Yes, yes.
Tell us some more about it.
With Bianca's daughter, Sailor.
Yes.
She's fabulous. She's one of the models. I have Miss Bahama's World. She's a part of the show. A few contestants that are in the new upcoming Miss Bahamas. Fabulous Nassau models. Nassau has some nice models. So it's going to be a really nice show. The theme is Fashion Dynasty, consisting of old glamour, gloves, pearls, scarves, furs. It's just really old, traditional. I call it the Titanic feel. So it's going to be
And Anthea
nice.
really loves to design with hats too,
Yes.
right?
Oh gosh, yes.
Gorgeous hats that go along with these
Yes.
fabulous outfits.
You have
Big
designed
hats.
the hats as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, as she said, Bianca said, fashion shows were far and in between in the last several years. But now we have quite a number of fashion shows that are being staged. Why all of the flurry right now? Why you think the activity right now?
I think it's needed. It's been a demand for it for a long time, because we have so much talent in the Bahamas. So instead of you purchasing a gown or a cocktail dress even from just a franchise store, I can create one for you. And Bahamians are proud, for the most part, to say, oh, Anthea created this design for me, my own Bahamian girl, or you know, any designer created it for me. It's needed. We have the talent here, a lot of it.
And so a whole lot of young people are getting involved in the industry, eh?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, both as models, I see, yes, as well as designers.
I really think that Bahamians really know how to dress and like to dress and dress up for anything, really. You know, I mean, especially you go from church, the church outfits are incredible, and that's with the hats. I'm talking the full out look for church. And so, but then people don't want to be caught in just what they call like the house clothes or something like that, to even go to a movie theater, right?
Yeah.
You just would dress up. And I find that it's so much different than actually a lot of my friends from the States or Canada, where it doesn't really matter what you're wearing as much as how it is here. Really, people dress. So that's exciting. So fashion should be the #1 thing going on the islands.
I thought young people were dressing down now more than dressing up.
See, that's what I'm trying to change. Because I grew up with my mother and my aunts always, like Bianca said, going to church and fancy skirt suits and big hats. We don't have that anymore. I go to church in the biggest hat that I can find. And I think that as young people, instead of following the trends that we see on social media, we should be more glamorous. We should look up to, you know, our moms and all the glamorous people that we see that always look so sophisticated and nice. And you can tell a lot by a woman on how she dresses. And younger people need to do more of that.
You can tell the character of a person by the way they dress. Right?
Exactly.
And so you believe that you can get your generation to dress up more these days?
I'm going to try my best, Mr. Jones. I'm going to try my best. You don't have to be revealing to be sexy.
That is true.
That is true, right?
That is true. Perhaps sometimes the less revealing you are, you should leave things to the imagination of the onlooker, yes?
Exactly. Now, people often ask me that and say that I'm such a young girl, but my design ethic is so old school. But I think that that's a great thing, because I have a big influence on the younger generation, and for them to see, you know, women like me dress a certain way, they look up to it. They see it as, okay, this is good, we can do this. We don't have to just follow the trends, because my line is far from trendy. It's very classic, very timeless.
Yeah, you mentioned design ethic. That sounds textbookish. That is something you would learn in school. So tell us some more about the ethics of fashion.
Well, your design ethic, okay, for instance, my design ethic is if I create a gown, I would sketch it, sit it down for a few days and come back, and I would think, if Bianca cannot wear this dress in 20 years, I'm not going to make it. So that's an ethic that I stand by with my designs, because I want to stick by my timeless, classic ethic.
Oh, okay. So your designs are timeless. You want your patrons or those people who buy your fashion to be able to wear it indefinitely.
Yes.
Yes.
As a masterpiece.
As a masterpiece.
Yes.
And we are showing some of these masterpieces on this show today, right?
Yes, yes, we are. And each piece is really a piece of artwork, as far as I'm concerned. When I look at how you put everything together, it just makes your jaw drop from Mr. Jones. So you have to come to the show on Sunday.
I was gonna say that.
So you have to be concerned about colors and patterns and that sort of thing as well, yes?
Yes, of course, yeah. I stick to a lot of black and white. I don't do a lot of color, even though at this show I threw in some color just because we're in the Bahamas and I wanted some tropical feeling to it. But for the most part, I stick to a lot of black, whites, grays, and the neutral colors.
Yes, in fact, you have a mosaic piece in black and white, and Anthea was just at Wendy Williams' show in New York, right? Yes. And she was wearing her outfit. And tell what happened on the show.
So I initially went to New York to do Islands of the Caribbean Fashion Week, and I went to the Wendy Williams show just as an audience member. And she has this portion of her show where she chooses the eye candy of the day, if she sees someone that's fit. The eye candy of the day. And she chose me to be her eye candy of the day, and to her surprise, I made the dress that I wore. She didn't believe it. In fact, behind the camera, she said, did you really make this dress? And I said, yes. And she said, I need this in my life. Please send me one. So, yeah, that was very unexpected. So it's been a lot of rave and rants about that since I came back from New York. It's went viral.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it on social media. I have it too. We can play it.
Oh, you have it?
No, I have it.
Okay, good. Let's play it now.
Okay.
Let's take a look at it. And her name is Wendy?
Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams. All right, let's play the piece of Wendy Williams.
Hi, this is Anthea, and she's from the Bahamas, and she's today's eye candy. And I have, look, all I know is I see beautifulness.
Oh, thank you.
How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
And so the real trip is that you are a designer. You made this dress?
Yes.
Talk about it, Anthea.
So I'm a fashion designer. I made the dress, and my stockings and shoes came from Zara. I paid about $60 for this.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming all the way from the Bahamas. Here's the Diva fan. We'll be right back.
Wendy Williams. Tell us some more about Wendy Williams.
Wendy she has a popular show in New York. She keeps her audience in tune with what's going on in the celebrity world. So she has a really big following. I love Wendy, so didn't expect on meeting her, but I did. So that was a big deal for me. But yeah, she thought that my dress was made by Balmain. That's a very famous fashion line. So that was a big compliment to me. So yeah, and she loved my dress. I'm still in shock, as you can see, because that's millions of viewers that I got that day, and I think everybody in the Bahamas pretty much has seen that video. So it's really, and it was one of my main pieces that I did from this year's collection.
Good.
So
you are using social media very effectively, eh?
Unexpectedly, yes, from that.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, let's take a break here. This is our program On Point, and we are talking about this fashion show coming up, Fashion Dynasty at Sappadilla on the 28th. That is Sunday, the 28th of July. We'll come right back.